Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with
The fop.
the
Mr.
fop.
O. Yes,
The
I'm dressed like a
fop.
fop.
Okay.
You don't know what a fop is, do you?
Well,
Of course you don't.
and
It's
me.
an antiquated term.
Anyway, that's Mr. O, the fop, and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show, the pre-Valentine's Day show.
Ooh, it's going to be scary. No, it's not.
no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. But I got all kinds of pink stuff. Pink juice in my water.
Is it really pink? Oh,
Yes,
that's
it's
right,
really
Valentine's
pink.
Day, not something else in
Something
water.
red on. My hoodie's in the wash right now, so I couldn't wear my
I have a tie with red in it.
I was almost going to wear my t-shirt with the tree heart, but because it's warm. I mean, it's getting warm. We're going to be in the 40s and 50s next week.
It's crazy.
Shocker.
Crazy.
I know. I'm so happy.
I'm pretty
Good to
happy
see
about
everybody here. Hi, Gina. Hi, Sunshine. Douglas, welcome.
it. Hi.
Shirley. Whoever else I missed. Alicia. Libra. I'm assuming Libra's here. Yes. Libra's number
And
one.
here's Sunny, which means Kara may be along
And
presently.
Nicole. And Roberto. Hi, Roberto.
Hi there.
All right. Well, we'll start off with a card for the collective, and it is
Have a
from
seat, Sunny.
the Healing Heart Oracle. Love Letters to Your Soul. By Jenna Della Grattaglia. I think that's her name. Did I get that right? Della Grattaglia?
Sounds good to me.
Della Grattaglia. Yes. Close enough. And Sunny's here, so where's Kara?
Yes, I mentioned it. Kara should be along presently. They're kind of like
Sunny-
magnets to each other.
Sunny likes attending on Thursday nights, especially because we're down here and close to the food bowls, because they just get fed right before the show.
Yes, it's another name for dandy.
There you go. And Mr. O is, how should I say this?
Quite the fop.
Quite the fop and quite the person who likes to use maybe somewhat antiquated language.
Do I need to send you a bread and butter note for that? When my seamstress was designing one of my outfits for a witch's ball a few years ago, I told her I wanted to look like a vampire pirate fop. So that's what my outfit, the other outfit, not this one.
I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. All right, Mr. O, pick one. And I was wrong last time. I don't know where my head was. They're always read upright. So there's just two parts to the interpretation. What do you got?
Indeed. I don't know what that is. Forgiving heart.
Number
1636.
36.
Oi.
The forgiving heart. Don't let the past imprison you in the present. Dear heart, as much as you have experienced a crushing sting of suffering and torment, the time has come to slowly and steadily let go of the pain. Forgiveness doesn't mean that the callous treatment you experienced was justified. However, healing means that you can learn much from past pain and give yourself permission to move forward with a newfound wisdom and understanding. Forgiveness asks you to no longer harbor or feed the old painful trauma, but instead move forward with more kindness towards yourself and others. Stop letting the past imprison you in the present. If you can't forgive the perpetrator of your suffering, then at least stop blaming yourself or putting yourself in a hostile situation. If you're the one who carries guilt and grief about something you have done, then take any possible steps to ask for forgiveness from someone. Truly demonstrate to another that you have learned from the past and can be trustworthy in the present and in the future. Now, for heart healing, they say, place your hands on your heart and ask where there is still a charge, a hidden blame, resentment, or anger in your being over difficult experiences. Take slow, deep breaths and acknowledge what you're feeling. Imagine there's a purple fire in front of you. Then take any density you are ready to release out of your heart and place it into that purple fire. Once you have let go, imagine a person that you can begin to forgive standing in front of you and say, I understand that you are an important part of my lessons in this life. I thank you for teaching me. Take your time to say what it is and let them respond from their higher self. Then come back to the present and journal anything you need to express. I do like this deck. I haven't used it much yet, but I like it a lot. And, it really flies into something I said with one of the lovers cards that came out this week reversed, is that, if you feel any guilt or sorrow or bad feelings about something you have done, really just now, make a point of trying to be better. Do your best. Be your best. Don't fall back into old patterns of behavior. Forgive yourself and let it go. I mean, a lot of times people will just say, well, that's just the way I am, and that's it. And I don't know what to say about that. I know we can all be better. And so just be better. And for those who are carrying these burdens on their hearts still, don't do that. In a sense, you're letting your perpetrators still have the upper hand here. So let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
All I know is that, when forgiveness is truly meant, most people will respond to that. Hi, CJ. And by the same token, only certain people are fooled by insincere apologies. So just
Yeah.
a side
I
thought
mean,
there.
you never forget, but don't carry that burden with you.
Yeah.
Love the life you have now, and give your heart a break. Good luck with that.
All right.
Jackie,
Hi, Jackie.
good to see you.
It's a little late for you, but not much.
Wow, the gang's really all here today. That's nice.
Thanks for
That's
coming,
awesome.
everyone.
Alrighty then. So I'm going to hold on a minute. Got a little typo here. There we go. And I think I've got everybody. If I don't, let me know. Mr. O did a good job here for me while I was getting the cats fed. Thank you. And we're on that now. Alright, so that's the list, and Libra wants what's coming towards me.
Thank you. I got this at the Arts and Crafts Metaphysical Store out on the other side of the state that we go to occasionally. There's some friends of ours for a few years now. And some artisan designed the hat. I like it. It suits my goth sensibilities. Or my goth silly. Yes, and I like that tree of light. I wonder why. All right, Libra wants to know what's coming towards them. Hello. What? Oh. Meow. So the first card is, I hate when he does that, the reversed Ace of Swords. What's coming towards you? Well, it may feel like it's a delay or change of some sort in certain plans, especially if this was an undertaking that was going to take you somewhere, was an accomplishment, like, for example, a job interview or a certain project around the home, or anything that really you thought you were starting off really needing to get this accomplished, you're now finding that there's something holding it back, or that you may even feel contrary about going ahead with it.
What is that
A-
again?
Ace of Swords.
The Ace of Swords. Reversed, right?
Right. And this is what's coming towards them.
Well, the Ace of Swords reversed indicates to me it's a period of a little bit of uncertainty or confusion, not being sure of what's the best way forward with something, seeming to be pretty much all out of ideas on how to handle a situation. And it could be too that, you might be afraid to move because you're fearing of a defeat or making a false move that could harm you more. So I think you're kind of stuck. I think you're kind of stuck in indecision right now.
Okay. Why is this important? And it's the Eight of Cups, and it's upright. It's because you really do feel moving ahead with this really is something you really need to do, you want to do, you feel you're pulled to doing. You feel maybe it resolves other situations that really needed to be resolved, or it takes you away from situations that you feel, there's no point in you trying to resolve them even.
And it is upright, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, the eight upright indicates, okay, so why is this important?
Yeah.
Because it's maybe stopping you from making a move that you really think you need to make, either to better yourself, better certain conditions, put you in a better place, or maybe even put everybody in a better place in your mind. And so you really want to do this, but there's something that's kind of blocking you, and whether it's just because there are other people that will be affected by this in a more negative way that might be holding you back. I'm not sure what it is. I want to see the last card.
So where will it go from here?
Where it's going.
And it's the upright Queen of Wands. Kind of interesting. Pulls it out maybe.
Well, I think where things are heading is that you just have to muster up the courage. I usually use this for the King of Wands, but I'll use it here. The intestinal fortitude needed to move in the direction you think is right. I think that, there may be some leaving something or someone behind connected with this. Leaving some old mindsets behind, whatever the case may be, but it's time for you to, adult and do what you feel is right.
There's definitely some power energies here, asking you to take charge or to express yourself through a sense of your personality too, like just sort of, person up or whatever we're talking about. But there's also the hint that you could also find a way to use charm to some degree, or charisma to
point.
also get your points across, or move, that piece to where it needs to be on the board. Good luck.
I like that. Yeah, of course, because, that's another thing too, is where things are headed is maybe if you handle this in a, charming manner, I don't want to say it that way, but, in a way that people will be more attracted to what you are trying to do than repelled by it, that would be the way to, appease, people in the situation. Here you go.
Hi, Ari.
Hi, Ari. Good to see you.
And it's the birds and the whip.
Well, I think here you need to really, if you can figure out what this is about from what we have told you, you will need to move quickly and dialogue with people fast in order to try to head off any problems. Don't put it off. Just talk it out with people, for better or worse, and see where they stand, so you can get the ball rolling. I think with the whip there, it's saying, be sharp, be quick, be to the point. and just see where it takes you.
And I think this situation, whatever it is, involves one or possibly two other people, but I think that maybe its impact maybe affects, several people. So that idea I think is really sound, that because there's something collaborative about it, maybe you really need to move faster on communication. It may be that you're going to just want to pull into a different direction, Libra, and so that's valid. And I think your communication skills or your charm factor should be able to help you with that. So good luck.
Good luck with that. Alrighty.
And we're on Nicole.
Yes, we are. I've got the list right here. And Nicole would like what's coming to me in love. So, do I want to use this one? I'm going to use one of my lovey ducks.
And I want to ask everybody to make a point of trying to view my outlook on the emotional exchanges. It comes out tomorrow at 7 a.m., but you can view it anytime you want after that, because I have special guest star Banshee. And we really went to town on the readings.
It's a long video, but it's
a long video.
time-stamped.
It's time-stamped, so you can just go right to your own part. On average, there are about 5 minutes for each sign, but we go into all of those major questions that I normally like to do, and Banshee adds her own very,
blah, blah.
very informative, analysis of those cards. And that's for each sign of the zodiac. So thank you much.
And as a special announcement, we're going to have a special video come out sometime on Valentine's Day. Probably the evening, though. It'll be like our Valentine to everyone.
Mm-hmm. Mwah. The dating game, right?
Do check that out. I'm actually still working on it.
And there probably will be a few other little, Super Tarot Love Month things going on before the end of the month.
No, we did not get the Super Bowl right, CJ.
We did
but
not. However,
we got aspects of the Super Bowl right. I had said more towards the end of the reading, because everything seemed so kind of close, and I'm not sure if I got right that the defenses were going to be, really strong in this game. I think I may have. But I mentioned the specialty teams. I said, we didn't focus on the specialty teams, but I have a feeling field goals are going to play a major role here. And I said a field goal might decide it in the end. Well, not exactly, but remember, they had 5 field goals, the Seahawks, and that was a Super Bowl record.
Oh, look.
Oh! Thank you, Gina.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Right.
And we did have a couple of comments from various people who thought that although the prediction wasn't right, the analysis was pretty good. So yeah.
I'd have to go back and look at it. So many, we do so many readings that I can't remember everything, but that darn field goal thing really stood out to me. So yeah.
Gina, you're so good to us. Thank you so much.
Yay, dancing kitty, prancing kitty. That's Sunny. Sunny absolutely likes this really soft. Who got you that blanket, Mr. O?
That's what I got from work as a gift.
He got this from work as a gift, a soft blanket, and he goes crazy on it, Sunny.
He loves
Sunny's
it so much.
making biscuits on it all the time. He's just in heaven.
So you too can make the dancing kitty prance. Just send us a donation. It's right up there on the screen if you wish. No amount is too small. We really appreciate that. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Sunny. All right, back to Nicole.
Ah, yes. Well, we sort of got the presidential election right, didn't we? The very last one.
Yeah, we did.
There's a good
We
story
did.
behind
And
all of that
actually,
too.
we got the one before that right. And I have to tell you that even on a personal level, every single reading that I have done about the current president has come out right. I've asked things privately, and I know we did some readings on before when people were thinking he was going to get impeached in the first term and some of that stuff. Um, I got, everything has come out the way I said it would. You know, he wouldn't go to prison. He wouldn't this. It's just like, jeez. I'm kind of freaked out by it, actually. I don't want that kind
Alicia,
of
thank
connection.
you.
Alicia,
My goodness.
thank you so much.
What a wonderful
Thank
donation.
you so much.
Thank you so very, very much. Thank you and Gina both for your
That
donations.
will probably help me fund our Canva subscription,
Yes.
which is coming due soon.
Right.
And I do a lot of stuff with Canva on social media. All right, the Seven of Cups is reversed. So, what's coming towards you in love? I think, well, I don't know. If you're not in a relationship now, it might be that one, you may have some choices or decisions to make. Or maybe you're making some decisions right now on how to approach relationships or, how to find a new partner if you are looking. I think here that, this is kind of more like decision time in a way, or coming down to brass tacks on exactly what it is you're looking for and, kind of sticking to it.
Right. This may not represent, the obvious idea of romantic choices, but maybe it represents the idea of being ready for that or moving to that idea that you are really ready, to put yourself out there, to not necessarily put all your eggs in one basket. Maybe you want to consider dating more than one person casually just to kind of get a sense of it before you go along. But either way, this does sort of say that's coming towards you, this idea that there are possibilities that you will want to think about or actually move towards.
And I'm going to comment more on the Super Bowl after this reading because I have something else funny to add. And I think it's on the video too. But at any rate, I can't rule out here until we see the rest of the cards, Nicole, if this isn't about somebody else maybe making it a choice to approach you. So let's take a look at where the cards lead us. So why is this important? Well, we have the Two of Pentacles here. The Two of Pentacles upright. Do you have an idea, or you want me to?
Well, it's important that you understand, you're moving towards something, or that you're thinking more about this action because it's going to stabilize you in some way. It's going to balance or moderate you. I won't say it will complete you, but of course, sometimes the right relationship does have that sense for people that it completes them. But I think this just puts your life in a more regular system. There's a sense of regulation there, like things are just moving along. So being able to choose or move into a relationship soon really would help that in some ways.
All right. Well, I'm copying Aries' question, but let me get to that now. I think the Two of Pentacles here might be indicating, okay, so why is what we said important? That, you're trying to make a choice and a decision on what it is you're looking for in love. Because why it's important is because you need some balance and stability in your life. You don't need somebody, you don't need to just pick anybody who is going to, kind of throw your world into chaos, right? You need some stability and somebody who will ground you more and center you more. I kind of feel here, so it's okay. So, we should all be kind of choosy, out there. If you want to casually date somebody, that's one thing. But if you really want to get into a more loving relationship, that's what you're looking for, or you should be. And so where are things headed? Well,
I like that, Banshee.
It's the Page of Pentacles reversed, though. So I think where things are headed at the moment is not much happening at the moment in somebody coming towards you. there's delays, maybe there's some disappointment, and maybe some of this could be on you. Maybe you still need to get some things together before you are ready. I think here, the other part of this card could be that when it's reversed, could be, well, it could be a person that is coming towards you. Like, remember what I said here, that you want to look for somebody grounding and stabling? Well, this would not be that person. So you may encounter some people that may not exactly fit what you need or what you are looking for. So just, it's okay if you want to get out and have a good time, but you really want to consider here if this is something you want to move forward on or not. What do you got?
The Heart.
What?
And the Crossroads.
Oh.
I know.
See? That almost falls in line with what I just said, that you could meet somebody that you're really going to have to think about whether or not you should, you might be very attracted to them, but whether you can trust your heart to them or not. You'll have a big decision to make. And it's kind of ironic to me that we have the Crossroads here, like you have this decision to make, and yet we have the Seven of Cups reversed here, Mr. O.
I know, it sort of is a little bit of the idea that maybe you have to understand your pacing here, that this could be the kind of thing where like something will really feel very impulsive to you, like you really have to act on it, but maybe you have to examine that feeling and decide if that really is in your best intentions. But I do like the Crossroads in the Heart, because I think this is saying now is that important time. And the Page of Pentacles suggests that even though maybe there is sort of an impetus to make a choice right now, Nicole, it still is really good to think about it or to lean into it, a little bit. And so that sort of goes along, with the other cards too, in a way.
I'm kind of thinking that they do go together in that, you do have a decision to make. And it's very clear because you will be put at the crossroads here, about whether to let somebody in your life or not. And so choose wisely. I mean, I just think this means choose wisely. And maybe the fact that this is here is saying, a decision time is coming, but you are going to have to take your time with this and choose wisely. Have a date or two and see if you can get to know this person and see if, maybe your first impressions weren't totally correct. But be careful and make sure, you choose wisely for yourself. So good luck with that.
Alrighty.
Okay, Douglas, thank you for that question. Put that in there. All right. And you're welcome, Nicole.
You're
okay,
welcome.
We're on Roberto. And what's ahead for me in March and April? Do we want to do 2 and 2 on that? Or do we want to do the 3 cards? I could go either way on that.
I'll let you call it.
Let's do 3 and just see. This will be the gestalt for March and April for me.
And I'm going to use my Dark Angels deck, Tarot.
Right.
And I want to thank Alicia and Gina for their donation.
Both of you. Thank you so much.
Really appreciate that.
I was actually going to use Canva for the project I was working on, but then I thought, no, I'm not going to publish this anywhere, on social media, so we're just doing a video, so decided to do it in Pages. No, actually in Word. Hi, Roberto.
So
right,
do we have a question?
Yeah, I did. Oh, did I not post it?
I didn't see it
I
there.
said, what's coming? It's what's ahead for me in March and April.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
I did
that's
talk
what it
about
is.
that.
All right, here
But
we
I
go,
didn't post
Roberto.
it.
Hi, Love Lou.
Hi, Love Lou.
All right, our first card is the upright Six of Cups. That's the reverse Ten of Pentacles.
How did that happen?
And then it's Judgment upright.
Sonny, you're a big distraction sometime. I missed some of that because I forgot. I
Okay,
apparently overwrote
I'll be happy to
Mary's
tell you again.
question,
It's
and I
the
got
Six
it
of
now.
Cups upright, the Eight of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, Ten of Pentacles reversed, and Judgment upright.
Well, there's, I would say, a little bit of a mixed bag here, in my opinion. Although I don't know, maybe not. I almost see a connection between the first two cards, but I think I'm going to read them separately for now. I think Six of Cups indicates to me that somebody from your past may resurface in this time frame. I don't think it's necessarily a past love or something like that, but it could be a friend, it could be somebody you haven't seen for a long time in family. Somebody may resurface, and you'll be actually, this should be a good encounter. I think this will be a time where you will enjoy the company, and you'll enjoy reminiscing on things you did together, the friendship or relationship you had together, etc. Where are you going with that one?
Well, I kind of feel mostly the same thing. I'm feeling a nod that it's more likely somebody from family, that maybe you haven't seen in a while. And, these days it's like I have cousins I haven't seen in years. I occasionally chat with them, but it's been years and years. It could be something like that. It could also be the feeling maybe that you are looking at anticipating a possible get together or communication with folks you haven't seen in a while. It has a real sense of familiar, like it's somebody who is close or was close, and one or the other of you are reaching out to each other. So the Ten of Pentacles?
Well, Ten of Pentacles indicates
It's
to me
reversed.
that in March and April, you may want to really take a closer look at your financial situation. Are you making ends meet? Are you, if let's say you have a family, are you, able to support the needs of those who are relying on you? Also, there's a caution here about overwork. Make sure that you're not getting your work-life balance off kilter here. It's one thing to love your job and want to be on your job, but you need some breathing space from it once in a while. So I sense here, either there might be a lot of pressure on you to do more, or, and you just might be overdoing it a little bit. And, your family, your friends, or other people might miss out on you if you do that. I went that way with it this time.
Yeah, right. Ten of Pentacles can have a little bit of variance in their meanings, but it does feel, I don't know, because of what I said about, maybe a family connection with the first one, I almost wonder if maybe this is, telling you too that maybe certain things that you expected from the family connection won't be quite as easily obtained. Like maybe there's a slight change in the status quo, and of course that could be various reasons. Maybe you've reached a certain age where maybe they sort of feel they don't have to give you the exact same level of support. This could also be saying too that maybe this is about your own interaction with people in your family, where you feel you are with them. Are there people there that maybe you sort of feel like you support them because they're family, but in some ways the connection is not very strong emotionally because maybe, there's things in their personality or about them that you don't always care about.
And see, sometimes for me, Roberto, the cards tell a decisive story. But in this case, I'm kind of seeing different things happening for you from my perspective in March and April. And I'm looking at that Judgment card, that's Judgment upright. And I'm kind of feeling here that in these 2 months, I think you're going to come to the realization that you need to make some changes in your life or in some area of your life. Uh, this is a time that could be very positive for any transformation you want to make happen. You know, whether it's moving away from some place you live, or changing jobs, or changing educational paths, or whatever the case may be, changing something about your body, yourself. This is a time for some big makeover in your life of some sort.
And I like everything Banshee said or the things I've mentioned earlier,
Okay.
but to some degree, I could see where some of this is sort of a running story of some sort, and the idea that maybe there's a family connection that is important from the past, but that maybe the way it resolves or it enacts in the present is a change a little bit, and maybe this leads to a particular realization or decision that maybe moves you on a different course there. That maybe you have a realization that you can do things more on your own without necessarily that connection. And of course, it could be a lot more detailed than that, but that's sort of what I'm getting there. I know, the baby.
Well, you know, I have to tell you, Roberto, the only thing I do see a connection with is the first card and these cards.
The birds. Ah, and the dog.
So, somebody from your past, remember I said somebody from your past may come back and you'll share some good times or some good conversation together, and maybe they will connect with you virtually, it's possible, or they will connect with you, call you, but you will probably get together with them. I'm really feeling that. And the dog is here, and the dog indicates friendship or the fact that it is somebody very close to you. So, you know, that maybe, you know, you've separated from or pulled away from. So I do feel there is a connection here that some you may be contacted by someone, and I can't rule out, like Mr. O, that it's a family member either. I can't rule that out.
You know, the vibe I get, it's more of an intuitive vibe, is that maybe because of your connection to this person, you need to help them in some way. That maybe there's an appeal for help. I don't know if it's monetary help or other kinds of support, but I think that I'm feeling that from that reversed Ten of Pentacles. And so you may find that somebody is asking for some help or assistance, or they want you to consider their situation in the name of your friendship.
Well, that's what we have for you. I
All
don't know
right.
if any of that makes sense, but that's where the cards led us today. So good luck with that.
All right. Thanks, Roberto, and feel free to come by again.
Yeah, check in with us again. And Shirley is up. Sunny, it's really hard for me to do this work.
Oh, Sonny.
You're on my arm.
You're welcome. I hope it worked out for
Oh,
you. I
you're
hope
very
you felt
welcome.
something good with that.
Shirley is up.
So I'm just going to remind everybody to check out me and Banshee tomorrow morning on the Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges at 7 a.m. It is time stamped, so you will be able to go directly to your reading. They're about 5 minutes long each for each sign of the zodiac. All right.
Oh, the hat. Okay, so who's up?
Shirley is what you said.
I did, and I posted the question already.
All right, so it's
too.
your cards.
Well, everything turned out okay with the documents I sent the lady yesterday. The lady has promised to assist me in donation-wise. Okay, well, let's see what we've got. I will get the Golden Girls. Woohoo! They're out for their Valentine's month run. there's this person I follow on Threads, I think it is. His name is Tree Planter, and he posts these beautiful pictures just all the time of the Michigan shore, sunrises, sunsets, just amazing stuff. Well, he was posting a sunset. No, it was a sun. Was it a sunset? Yeah, I think it was a sunset or a sunrise. Must have been a sunrise. And he said something, because it was just popping up a little bit, and he said something about how he equated it to the balloon that got shot down in
El Paso.
in El Paso, and I just thought it was so funny. Like it was, this is not the balloon that needs to be, or not to be mistaken for the balloon shot down in El Paso. All right. Well, you got the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is reversed. You've got Strength reversed. Jeez. I think we're going to do a yes-no on this one. I can't believe the tone. The Magician's reversed. Are you questioning this somehow, Shirley? Are you wondering about this offer, this person?
So the dog shows up,
Okay.
and also the whip.
Well, that's really interesting, because from what I'm seeing here, I'm not sure. You might want to let everything turn out okay with the documents you sent the lady. Lady had promised to assist me in donation-wise. Well, I'm not sure. I think there might be some doubts here.
Well, the Four of Cups looks like maybe they are thinking of a decision, or they are moving towards one.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that they're going to move fast either. Really.
That could be right. Mm-hmm.
The other thing, so it's Strength reversed. I would say you may have to double check on things. You may have to maybe push things along a little bit in order for things to work out. But the Magician reversed really troubles me in some way, because the Magician reversed sometimes speaks of trickery or things not being what they look like they should be. You know, kind of a sleight of hand going on here. So, I mean, I hope you know this person well and trust them, and the cards maybe...
Or the situation is reputable in a way. But I almost wonder, too, not to cut you off too much,
No, it's okay.
if there's a balance or dichotomy between that Strength and the Magician card, saying that, you can push to some degree, but at a certain point, it may be self-defeating. It may not do the trick. So it's maybe saying there's a certain level of delicacy in how you approach this, or it's just, something that's not going to really work out, maybe.
Well, between Strength reversed, which sort of means you have to push things along, and the whip being here, I'm kind of thinking there is something that aggressively has to be handled here. And then it's with the I forgot
The
again.
dog.
The dog.
So maybe the situation's a little lackadaisical, and they do need the occasional push, like they're just sort of, kind of set in their ways. I don't know if this is an agency that helps with, donations, or what it is, but
I think maybe, if it seems like things are not happening fast, you may want to question things and see what's going on, because the dog here does say loyalty and trust, but with the whip, it may not be so. And the Magician, that's a pretty strong, powerful card
or it's
there.
talking like there's a small window of time, or you have to move fast or something.
Well, yeah, but it also has this aggressive thing. Maybe the
That's
idea
true,
too
too.
is that this person wants you to move faster than you should, because you need to look things over more carefully here, or think
Ooh.
about it more. Let's do a yes/no.
I think we
I
should.
just don't know if the cards hiccuped here. I want to see what the cards say for a yes/no on this one. Let's do
right.
it real quick. I'm going to let you shuffle and cut, okay?
Okay.
All right. Sonny is just such a lover lately. He rarely comes up on the bed at night when I'm going to sleep, and was the night before, was it last night? No, it was the night before. He came up and just snuggled next to me for a while. And it's very rare. It's like if I take a nap during the day, he'll do that. But he usually doesn't do it at night. So adorable. But he does bother Mr. O every morning.
Feed me.
Yes.
Can you give me my mouse back? Please? Thank you.
It's a yes, but this is weird. This is weird. It's a 10 of Cups reversed.
And okay, I'll show that.
Right? That means yes.
Is that it will come in its own time, or it will come?
No, the yes is it comes naturally or
it comes
something,
naturally.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think here it'll happen, but maybe one or both of you have to do something aggressively to make it happen. I don't know.
Or it just doesn't give you some feels that you thought you would get.
Yeah, or maybe whatever you thought good would come out of this is a little less than. That's all I can think of here. Maybe this just didn't turn out as happily as you thought it would. Do keep us posted on this because I want to know if the cards just hiccuped here or what.
Right, maybe the donation is a lot less than you thought, or something like that.
Yeah. Something's fishy. Something's fishy, but maybe it's just the cards.
Good luck, Shirley.
Good luck with that, Shirley. Wish I could have given you better news on that.
All right, it's Gina.
And Gina wants an oracle?
Yes, top and bottom.
Ah, sunny. Okay, 2 oracles. Top and bottom. Oh, the eclipse energy. Shoot. I wish I didn't put that one deck away I had out here. Wait a minute. It is here. Let's do it. It's at the bottom of things. There we go. Oh. Why not use the Moonology Messages Oracle? Top and bottom. No room. I have no room. All right. You see what I wanted, why I want to do what I want to do?
Yes.
I bought this somewhat smaller cat tree I'm waiting for.
Oh, I thought it was a cat cage and we would put them in it and then they wouldn't bother us.
It should be almost the height of this table here. So I might replace the table with that between us and maybe give the cats a place to sit up here if they will do it. They like cat trees, so I think they might do it, but we'll see. It's my next strategy. And I got it. I'm getting a couple smaller ones for Sassy. Sassy can't jump like she used to, and so I wanted to get some smaller ones that she might be able to climb aboard.
Well, I hope we have a good one for you, Gina.
I know this. I've been reading all kinds of stuff about this energy lately.
Ooh.
So I don't know. All right. Well, the first card I pulled, Gina, is the Moon in Detriment. And it says, cut your losses. And boy, if that doesn't look like an Aries ram on there. I'm going to put both cards out. And the bottom is Moonflower, take a risk. cut your losses, but take a risk.
Well, sometimes when you cut your losses, it is taking a risk.
There's moon in detriment. It would be absolutely lovely if life were nothing but rainbows and unicorns. But after a certain age, say around 7 years old, we start to realize that there is always going to be light and shade. Drawing this card suggests that right now you might be going through a little bit more shade than light. Well, since this is relating to that energy, consider that that's talking about that time. You're not at your best, and it could be that the situation you're inquiring about will be taking a toll on you and your vitality. You have two choices at this point. Either you keep going in the same direction you've been heading in up to this point, or you do what it takes to cut your losses. In other words, it's possible for you to change track, or are you absolutely committed, or is it possible for you to change track now, or are you absolutely committed to the actions you've been taking? You're not running on full power in this situation at the moment. So if you want to change that, you need to think about what it's going to take to strengthen your position in this situation. It's not easy to be spontaneous, and that can make everything feel rather tedious. So additional meanings of this card is, well, it is what's happening, the astrology. What's happening isn't your fault. Are you being too self-conscious? Do you need to look on the bright side a little more? Life goes in cycles, and you need to accept that this is a moment to do the necessary emotional work. So right off the bat, I almost do see a correlation here. So they're saying that, you have this choice of moving in the same path, but maybe you should cut your losses and take a chance on something else, which leads us to take a risk. And what's the moon card? What is it called?
Moonflower.
Moonflower. Take a risk. Do you have the courage to spin the wheel of life and see what comes up? Playing it safe will not serve this situation. No one is saying you should take a massive risk and gamble everything away. By the way, I won $400 in the lottery today! Woohoo! But nor should you refuse to make your move. It could be time for you to adopt a more positive mental attitude and see your glass as half full. A regular gratitude practice will help. For example, every Friday night, try doing your practice with friends or family for a few weeks. Adventure is calling you somehow, and this card has come up because your higher self wants you to look further into it. Oh, and one of my favorite people of the past, as Marianne Williamson famously wrote, "Your playing small does not serve the world. It's time for you to take a risk and show the world who you really are and how you really feel. If your self-esteem is hampering you, this is a sign to work on it for real. The wheel is still spinning when you get this card. Take a chance." Okay, so additional meanings for this card. Take the trip, be optimistic, love yourself more. Life is short. Make the most of it. Believe in yourself.
I went ahead and grabbed a couple Lenormand, and they're pretty succinct in a way.
What?
It's the snake and the sun, and I think this is saying you can successfully challenge how you deceive yourself, or you can successfully realize that some of these things may need to be changed.
Yeah, here you may feel that what you're doing now will get you through, this period of time, or your beliefs, your mindsets, etc., will get you through this period of time. But that might be the deception, because you really need to this is calling for change, and from what I've been reading about this, it does sound like it's going to be a very jarring thing, and that maybe changes are necessary. So
I know they're beautiful too, Gina. Even the snake's so pretty, but I love that sun. It's so pretty. And it's kind of interesting. You got the sun and the moon.
I am going to make a donation out of that money when it comes in, Gina, to my favorite animal group where we got our cats from 12, going to be 12 years ago
Yeah,
now.
that'll be 12 years.
So I'm going to do that when I get the money in my account. They've got to transfer it there. It was an online thing, and I had a nice day. So, woohoo.
So good luck. The year of the earth snake. Ooh. Wow.
Oh, wow.
How interesting.
Oh, wow.
So
So,
this
you
is
know-
all wrapping up by then, maybe, or that part
No,
of it.
this is the end of the year of the snake, and it's
Yeah.
going into the fire horse. See, that's why it's ring of fire and fire horse
Right.
energy that's
Yeah.
making it so. Wow.
Thanks for pointing that
That's a
out.
great. Thanks for reminding me about that. I knew that, but I had forgotten. And so now this is making more sense to me in that I feel here you're shedding this. It's time to shed this old energy aside now and face the light. Face the light that can come out of this. It doesn't have to, cut your whatever is bad and not serving you, let it go now. And it's time to take a risk and move forward with this bold new energy in a more constructive way. So good luck with that.
I just remember that song a little bit, Gina, but yeah, very nice sentiment too. Thank you.
Wow. Interesting read, especially since you pointed that out. Thanks for the reminder.
What would we do without you guys? You guys give us a lot of insights that are totally helpful.
I saw it online somewhere and said, yeah, that's right. Something about the snake year, and then I forgot about it. So,
Thank you.
all right. Yeah, it is a lovely Lenormand deck. I'm so glad I got that one. I really like it.
That was my brother's birthday, February 17th.
Okay, Douglas, who has joined us, is up. Hi, Douglas. And I have your question. I'll post that.
All right. Hi, Douglas.
And it's a good question. All right, so wants to know if he will ever be financially stable.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to use my Nefertiti
That's right,
Egyptian
that's right.
deck. I want the pretty gold cards to magnify the gold energy.
Actually, I take it back. I also won $50 today.
Prior to that, didn't you?
Prior to that, that's what led to this. Because I won 50, I decided to buy what they call an online game card. I do that so I don't, I don't make an account with them because I don't want to be spending all my money online. That could be a real bad trap. But when I bought winnings, I decided to buy the card and play on, some of my winnings, and I won more.
That's not encouraging, Gina, because we were really close as children, and then we kind of got estranged later.
Well,
I loved him, but there were some really bad things that happened, and I miss him. And it's kind of funny because he's been gone for a while now, over about 10 years at least, I think. And the last few years, I do think about him more and more around this time.
that's why I have to donate some and give some back, Gina. You've got to keep that flow going. And that's the reason I like to play off of my winnings, too, because I feel like luck begets more luck, and it doesn't always work. But when it does...
My mouse is gone again. Please. My mouse.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
You're having
know.
that problem. You know what? It's probably because I'm plugged in. And I can unplug now. Maybe we'll have less. that
Yeah, that's
problem.
basically what it is,
Right.
All right. So let me look at Douglas' question again.
He had a rough life at the end, his brother, though, really. a very difficult challenge with cancer.
Yeah.
What's that one?
That was the 9 of coins
The 9. Okay, yeah, okay.
upright. And here is the Knight of Swords upright. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles upright.
9 of Swords is upright. Okay.
So you
There's
have
a
some good
story
cards
there,
here.
but oh, look at that. I got the cross.
It's the cross. And the Tower.
Douglas, I may ask you some questions along the way here. And like my first one, okay, you're a Leo. Let me just see of a big one. Oh, it's very unstable. Are you working right now, Douglas? That was one of the questions I wanted to ask. Or are you worried about your employment at this time and what you're doing? Because I'm sensing that here with what I'm seeing in the cards. So I'm wondering if that holds true for you. All right, well, let's get started with this. And if you answer, Douglas, I'll catch that. The 9 of Coins is really nice to me because it is saying that
Oh, thank you.
you might be in a you might get in a better place. You might be moving towards a better place. That's at least the hope. The 9 of Pentacles also suggests that you should really value and appreciate what you have right now, even if it is unstable, even if it, as long as, let's say, you're making it in some way and you've been working hard at trying to change things around, congratulate yourself on your efforts, and keeping with it. Because I think here the 9 of Coins is indicating that you could be moving towards better times. That's what it looks like on the surface here. But I see a few other things I want to address along the way, but I'm going to stop and let Mr. O go with that.
Right. At whatever level you feel you are, the 9 of Pentacles says you feel secure, you feel
He worried about his job, I think.
You feel, okay, well, that doesn't...
Because I asked that question, and I think that
you love your job, yeah.
Yeah.
So you like the situation as it is right now. That's what I get from the 9 of Pentacles.
You feel comfortable
There's
there.
a sense of comfortability, etc. I can't add anything more to that. I think the Knight of Swords sort of suggests that you're positive and open-minded about trying something new or moving in a new direction if it hits you the right way.
Oh, it's the Knight. I thought it was the 9 of Swords.
You always think that.
I know. I even repeated it to you, though, but I don't think you answered me. So the Knight of Swords. Well, go ahead. Do you have anything more to say on that one?
No, I want to catch up with you later.
I think here that, you're thinking a lot about what direction or what things you need to do to create better financial conditions for yourself. Or maybe you're worried, maybe you're thinking some decision is coming that you're just going to have to roll with in some way. It's almost as if I feel here this night, the Knight of Swords is somebody who's kind of ready for action, prepared for something, whether it's for a battle, whether it's to fight for something they want or believe in, or whether it's to move on to something full throttle, like if you were looking for a new job, for example. So I think here there is some movement of some sort or some moves, choices, or decisions that need to be considered or made.
Sometimes tarot only talks about the things that are around the question, and your question is, will you ever be financially stable? I think the Knight of Swords says that is your quest, that is your goal. I mean, the Knight of Swords doesn't specifically address financial things, but the other cards around you do. Yes. But it suggests that spirit, that's hopefully indomitable spirit, that says, you really feel you can do this, So it's very much your can-do behavior that affects this outcome.
And I have to say here, though, okay, so we've got 2 Pentacle cards here, and they're both very positively aspected. And those, of course, are financial money cards. And the Ace indicates that, you know, something may come your way that will generate more money to you, whether it's a raise, whether it's a promotion, or whether it's a new job opportunity, whether it's just the beginning of more stability in your financial life. I almost feel it is coming. And with this Nine of Pentacles here, this feels like a really putting you in a nice, comfortable, safe, secure spot.
Well, these days most people don't get that or they don't realize that, but traditionally the Ace of Pentacles could mean an inheritance.
It could.
It could mean that, and most of us don't get that these days, or we don't get ones that are, like from the Gothic romance novel, like it changes everything.
Millions
But
of
this could be
dollars.
saying that at some point, some good sum of money does come to you. Maybe it's through an investment, maybe it's through something else, maybe it's through
The
a
lottery.
job that really upscales you. Right. It could be a lot of things. So it does sort of add to the idea that the outcome is positive.
I feel it's coming, and you're asking about when. I I can't give you an exact timetable, but I do know with that Knight of Swords here, it does seem like it could happen sooner than you might think. Now, I'm not saying it'll happen a month or two down the road, but I could almost see something shifting for you more decisively by summer. However, with that being said, I do feel that some of your worries at work are justified here. If you have worries about the stability of your job, we were talking with Gina just before you about this Ring of Fire energy coming on and the fact that it's the Fire Horse year. This may be a time that you might want to consider surveying your options elsewhere. I always feel like even when I was comfortable at a job, I never stopped looking. I never stopped looking for the next opportunity. I never stopped looking for things just in case I needed them. And lo and behold, I was always able to either move up or stay where I was till I was ready to let go and move on.
It's kind of a human nature thing to feel that there are some, little signs in destiny that make you feel like something big is going to happen at some point. I know that from my experience with this person for decades. And, I don't disbelieve it, but sometimes I just think that that's fate. It's fickle. It works in mysterious ways. I look at those cards and I feel that anything that shows up in the cards, Douglas, sort of indicates that it's kind of current, unless the question is specifically about a further point in time. So I sort of feel like this is saying something good could be happening in the relative near future. Having said that, this could still be, in my opinion, months away.
Yeah, I'm thinking more summerish to fall even, but I think it's coming. And actually, like I said, that night moves swiftly, so maybe something will come down the pike. But my advice to you is, as comfortable as you may feel, what happened here? I didn't do anything to my screen.
Well, my mouse keeps disappearing, and I don't know why.
Okay. The year of the horse.
Ooh, wow.
Well,
we have so much synergy tonight.
I'm a rooster. Going into this year of the
I'm
horse.
a sheep, as everyone knows.
Bah.
Bah.
But anyway, I would just say this. Think more positively now. Think more positively that you deserve better. You deserve more. You deserve better. And try to attract that to you. Just keep trying to attract it to you by thinking positive, by also doing an even exchange. You kind of saw what I said there about I have to give something back. The universe just gave me something. So little kindnesses that are done to you, whatever they are, pay it forward, in some way, not necessarily monetarily, but you never know how these things will come back and influence, the good things that will come to you or the things that will come to you. So I wish you luck with that. I think it's highly possible things are going to improve overall. I do. I'm worried a little bit about your workplace, so that's what I would say to you is always have a backup plan. Always. So good luck with that. My last job, I didn't have a plan but I was there for so long that I was going to stick it out no matter what. And of course, they retired me early because they were laying off people, and so they gave a number of us early retirements. So you never know what fate will throw at you. Have a backup plan. Good luck with that.
And everybody's
this
saying
is
what they
happening.
are. I am the Eggman. Cuckoo, kachoo.
Oh dear. All right, sorry, we're dragging here. Sunshine is
I'm
up.
definitely not the walrus.
Hi, Sunshine.
Hi, sunshine.
And Sunshine asked, oh, I don't know. I guess I didn't get that question.
I'll
I'm
look for
sorry,
it.
that was probably me.
I'll grab it. Hold on.
Thank you.
What's coming towards me?
What's coming towards me? Okay.
All right. Is that my deck? No, I just used it.
Oh, yeah, it is me. All right. Oh, my goodness. This thing has got to go. I need more of these little hairband things. Okay.
Ah, okay. So you're new in your job. Yeah, that'll make you feel nervous. A lot of times
Ah.
you don't feel secure until you've been there a particular period, like a year, 6 months at least.
That could maybe be what this is about, Douglas. You just are feeling nervous and on edge and a little bit of anxiety. Hang in there. Hang in there. So I think here maybe that's why the cross came up. You've been feeling anxious for a while. It is stressful when you start a new job. Absolutely it is. That makes sense. Okay, what's coming towards Sunshine? Oh dear.
You're welcome. And we appreciate you too.
You're very welcome. Sunshine, you have the Ten of Swords coming towards you. What's up with that?
Oh no.
Mhm. Not liking that. Well, watch your back. Is the best advice I give with the Ten of Swords. Just watch your back. There may be some backstabbers out there trying to pull something over on you. Just be very wary of, people. Whether this is in the workplace or in your personal life, I'm not sure yet. But this speaks of a betrayal in some way, or dealing with one. Or if you've recently had one, you may still be dealing from the fallout from that.
This could be about that idea of the fallout, because the tens are the sense of an ending or a completion. And so what's coming towards you maybe is the realization that something is over. It could be a particularly series or set or overall argument or bad situation between you and others. And I know in the past you've talked about people that you're related to and that there is a particular thing going on. So it may be that. It may be realizing that this end is coming towards you, the end that will, change it. Maybe, you will move away or they will move away or something else will happen. But with the end that the Ten of Swords brings is the idea that it is over and everything will start to get better. Things will start to get better.
I am seeing the hair fly off of him.
I know.
They're shedding already a little bit because the weather has changed. So why is this?
It could still be something else, but of course, because we know that, that's why it came up to me.
Family. Okay. Well, why is this important?
Good night, Gina. Thank you again.
Gina, thank you so much. It's so good to see you here. Interesting reading. Hope you thought that
Yeah,
was
it was.
interesting. The Three of Pentacles is reversed.
So why is it important?
Well, I have to say, it is important because people are not people are not cooperative. People are not getting along. Maybe they're not willing to share something with you, help you in some way, support you in some way. Uh, it just seems like, yeah, that could be family, that could be at the workplace.
I think it's important because you realize that if that's what this is about, the family or whoever it's about, nothing more can be done. You have to pretty much rip up that script or that protocol procedure that you've been going by. It's not going to work. It's important for you to realize that's not going to work and you're just going to have to move on.
Well, I would also add to that that what I think he means here too is that you're just going to have to go something alone, you know, you're going to have to go it alone.
Yes,
Now,
thank
that
you.
doesn't mean you have to totally block your family, etc. here, but realize that if you can't rely on others, there is one person you can rely on, and that's yourself. Okay, so where are things headed?
Oh, that's your card. For a minute, I was going to pull this like, oh, that could be bad. Good night, Gina.
Take care.
And it leads to the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles, I think, says you establish your boundaries. You just sort of say, this is something you should just stay on your side of.
Exactly. Protect your own. Protect your own yourself. Protect your own. Oh, how do I want to say this? And well, I mean, how do I want to say this?
The boundaries thing?
Yeah, I guess it is really a boundary thing. It really is a
In
boundary
this context,
thing.
yeah.
In this context, there's no doubt about that. I think here you just have to set some boundaries and say that's it. And also, the thing is, hey, you know what? If people aren't there for you but expect you to be there for them, well, you know, use your discretion here. Sometimes, I mean, in some cases, of course, we don't necessarily want to abandon, let's say, an elderly family member or somebody like that who may really need us. But again, it all depends on the circumstances here. Sometimes you just have to put your foot down and say no.
Right. And it also occurs to me, too, that maybe what finally happens here is that they want something from you. Maybe they have always wanted
Oh,
something from you. And you're going to basically say, no, I need to keep this for myself. I mean, that's still
that's
boundaries, whatever that
interesting.
is. But
And I like that. That really does fit. So go ahead.
alrighty, so here's our Lenormand for you. And it's the tree.
That's family.
That's family. And it's the fox.
Yeah, see.
Wow.
Hmm.
What do you think, Bench?
Well, a couple things here, but mostly this one. I think I want to go with this one. You know, the fox can mean sneakiness and craftiness. Somebody is trying to bamboozle you. And I should put that in different words. Somebody's trying to manipulate you or get, like Mr. O said with that Four of Pentacles, maybe get something out of you. Whether it's some work they want out of you, whether it's some money or some financial help they want out of you,
Possessions,
or
whatever.
something else, you know, that they want. And it's coming from family. There's that tree there. And I really think that's what it is. It's coming from family.
Now, the other thing about this lovely looking fox is that he's crouched by the mask. And the mask, of course, says things are not necessarily what you see on the surface. There may be something below that mask, below that surface there. So this doesn't necessarily say they're evil, they're horrible, but it does say they have motives or things going on that they haven't totally been honest about or that you're not able to understand yet.
There's a lack of honesty or trickery going on. And you got to watch your back on this one, I think. And it's mostly because that darn Ten of Swords is here that I'm being that way about this.
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
doesn't always have a nice feel there. I mean,
Oof.
the beyond that is great because you're like, okay, I got through that. It's only going to get better. But That's a Ten of Swords.
So
So
good luck with that. Good luck
if
with
anything really happens, please let us know. Drop us a line at our email or on one of these comment fields for the video, because we would want to, reach out to you if you reach out to us that way. Good luck.
that. Alicia is up.
Good
And
luck,
thank
Sunshine.
you, Alicia, for that donation.
Yes,
Amazing
thank you so
donation.
much. You're the best.
And I don't have the question, but it might be back here a little ways. There it is. What is coming next week that I should know for my highest good? All right.
I had to almost fall out of the chair to get this card that fell under the chair.
One of my cards?
Yeah. Thank you, sweetie. You're welcome. Okay. For your highest good. Let's see. What do I want to use? That's the Dark Angel.
Yeah, this isn't even holding these cards.
Hi. You're so good to us, too. Thank you so much. You are spectacular. We really appreciate you.
Oh,
I'm going to use the Modern Love Tarot. And I've been using kind of romantic or central themed tarots for Super Love Tarot Month. Super Tarot Love
I
Month.
love that deck.
Yes.
And we used it on Friday's show.
Right. So this deck will be used tomorrow's show.
His material matters.
No, that's
What?
your material matters.
His
It's my
love
emotional
show.
exchanges.
Oh my goodness. He will not be on my material matters show, though.
I don't want to make her look too bad. Actually,
Wow.
I taught this little lady many, many years ago how to read tarot, and probably 5 to 10 years in, she totally eclipsed me. She's so much of a better reader than me.
10 years in? Wow.
Well,
I thought it took longer than that. What do you mean
okay.
10
Maybe it
years?
took at
Okay.
least 10 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That's sweet. This, Alicia, this June will be 50 years since we met. We met 50 years ago in June. Our first date was 50 years ago in October.
It's going to be 50 years.
50 years.
That's
What it-
when we met, and yeah, when we had our first date in October. The 50th anniversary of our first date.
What are we going to do?
I don't know.
We're going to go find that Chinese restaurant.
We're going to go back to the casino?
Maybe we could do that. Okay,
Just kidding.
I want to look at Alicia's question again and focus one more time. I want to just be giddy about myself here. Should you know for your highest
That's right,
good?
because it was the 50th anniversary of my high school graduation, right? And I
Yep.
met you the next year.
All right. So, what is coming next week that you should know? Is this your reading?
Actually, yes, we should do it.
All right. So, the first card is the Nine of Swords reversed.
Ooh, I like it. Well, I do.
Okay.
The Nine of Swords, it's not the Knight, it's the Nine.
The
correct?
9. It is the 999.
The Nine of Swords reversed indicates that this week you can put some of your fears to rest or anxieties. Anything that's been worrying you or troubling you, things are going to suddenly you're going to realize maybe you didn't have that much to worry about after all, or something happens that puts your mind more at ease about things.
So, in this particular question here, what you should know, what's coming to you, maybe is the realization that things you thought were negatives or were going to create more stress are not going to. You're sort of going to find that something's coming to you that will relieve that stress. It could be a new job, a new bid. It could be some other change around you, but something is coming that takes that focus away. And because it's swords, it's a mental thing, Alicia. So I'm actually wondering if it's something you hear or find out that is like maybe related to other people you know who have situations that create stressors in your life or situations like that. Once you feel, you whatever it is that relieves the stress allows you to really lean into, what you want to do, your goals. So why is this important? I know that was kind of long, maybe. And it's important because the reverse Seven of Cups.
Well, if this involves some sort of move, choice, or decision you've been mulling over and, a little anxious about having to make a move one way or another, I think here that, the time you're going to feel more comfortable making that move now, making that decision you've been thinking about, making that choice. It just seems like you're going to realize now is the right time.
Thank you, Shirley, for that information. I'll look at that more in a minute. So I think it's important realizing that you don't have this burden of stress, and that allows you really to focus on your greatest good, that whatever was really stressing you out or was a real bad worry of some sort. I mean, maybe it was worried about parents or other people, something that just, kept you from being able to focus better. And then when that's relieved, that's what you can do. You can focus on what you really want to, but something has to leave first, and that's what that first card was about.
You're welcome, Shirley. Well, I hope everything turns out all right in the end. Keep us posted on that.
You're welcome.
So where are things headed?
What? It's the Eight of Swords. So things are headed to, maybe it's a holding pattern of some sort. Maybe it's still a feeling. I mean, the question, I got to map this to your question, and I'm not doing a good job.
Yeah, you are.
It could be that these things are a realization that in some ways you hold yourself back, even if you don't think so, because you've got incredible moxie or whatever they talk about, chutzpah. You're working with the bids and the situations you have, but maybe somewhere else inside you still feel like you're not doing what you can, or you're still not out of that cage that holds you back, which was kind of a little bit of what the first one talked about. And they're both swords.
Seriously, I'm trying to figure this out here. Thank you.
Okay.
Are you done? Do you want more?
No, go ahead.
Do you want more? Well, it's really funny to me to see here this card where you can let go of your stresses and anxieties now, make a move or decision, but you're back in the cage again. And so I'm trying to figure out the dichotomy between these two cards here. And I sort of feel like maybe, where things are headed is that you are coming to the realization that some of these fears and that have been holding you back. That's what I'm thinking here. You've been allowing yourself to, like I noticed what you said there, you're allowing yourself to feel sort of like you didn't know which way to go, which way to turn. And so maybe that's a good thing, but maybe also, I'm worried here you might be still a little bit hesitant to move forward. However, I think we should go to the Lenormand now, because we got the fish here. And we got the fox.
Oh, there's the clever fox.
So this could revolve around your work and, the income coming in. However, the fish and the fox together indicate to me that it's possible this week you might generate some new work for yourself. It's possible here that maybe some bids will come through or something will happen. I almost sense it's from work rather than, say, investments, but I can't rule that out either. The fox could be about making a smart move where investments are concerned as well.
Right. I mean, you asked about your highest good, but those last two cards really talk about your financial situation as being, appreciable here. And a lot of times, we are discussing, where your situation is going. I'm almost wondering if where you really realize is that you were letting externals do this to you rather than yourself, or that you thought it was the externals, but part of that was still really within yourself.
Yeah, that's an interesting point too. I often don't look at it quite the same way Mr. O does the Nine of Swords, but in this case, it really, in a sense, makes sense to me that if you are worried about things outside of yourself affecting your progress, then you're coming to the realization that some of this had to do with you. So I do like that. And it's time to make a move, choice, or decision to, free yourself from the anxieties you were feeling and regain and become more self empowered once more. And you will find your way. You will find your way. And if this is relating to work or business or, any kind of financial matters, I have a feeling they're going to get back on track.
Is there a
So,
part of you that maybe sort of deep inside says, "Oh, I shouldn't be such a capitalist, I shouldn't be, trying to make money." And so I'm almost wondering like if this is saying, "No, give yourself permission to do that. It looks like it's what you're good at, And so if that was really stopping you from achieving your greatest good, then, you just have to process this a little bit, but maybe that's what it was about.
I think all of us today are worried about money with the prices
How
and
true.
everything the way they are. And just, the stock market's been doing great pretty much. Um, but everything just seems very uncertain. And that what's good today may drop tomorrow. The hammer may drop. So, yeah, I think a lot of people are on edge and uneasy right now for a variety of reasons, not all necessarily to do with, the political situation in the country, but some of that for sure is.
I'm very grateful. I think we both are that, we retired and our companies gave us retirement pensions and things, but there's no guarantee that they will last in a
They're not,
severe market downturn,
right, they're
whatever.
not
Yeah.
pensions, assured money. They're in the stock market. So, we kind of worry too. Oy.
I love you, Alicia. Thank you
So,
so much.
wish you luck with that. Good luck with that. And thank you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are on CJ. And CJ had a question. I got that one. What is the best path for pursuing a claim that was denied?
Ooh. That's going to be your deck.
Yes, and I have it here.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
One more. The Three of Winter Pentacles is upright.
Hold on a minute.
The Apprentice of Winter Wands, which must be the page.
I thought the apprentice was the queen. No?
The Apprentice? No.
Apprentice does. Oh, wait, that's the artisan. AA. Okay, got it.
And Winter Temperance is here, upright. Well, the Three of Pentacles indicates working with others. You're going to have to maybe get others to work with you on this situation. moving forward. Maybe getting advice from somebody who knows how to handle these matters, whether it's a lawyer, whether it's somebody else. I don't know what the claim is about. So, whatever the case may be, it seems like working or consulting with others at this time, would be helpful, maybe. And with I forgot the middle one, shoot.
Apprentice.
Oh, that's
Winter
the apprentice
Wands.
ones, the winter wands. Um, because yeah, this may not move forward without the help of others, or ultimately you may find out that there is no way to turn this around necessarily. I can't rule that out at this point either. And I think here you have to be really, really calm. What is that slogan? Keep calm.
Yes, carry on something.
Carry on, keep calm, and carry on. So you have to kind of keep your emotions in check. Try not to, make demands, push the envelope too much. Try to find the way to make this work in a constructive manner, and keep your head together. Keep your head and your heart together during this process. It's going to be really important.
Well, that reverse page of wands does sound like maybe there's a faulty paperwork issue of some sort going on, which you mentioned there. So I sort of see it could relate to that. Like Banshee said, the Three of Pentacles, I think what that does suggest to is, some sort of firm, it could be a legal firm, it could be uh, uh, a way of bringing people together who are pertinent to this case or situation. But it does feel like there's a sense of a protocol, there's a sense of procedural, happening with that too. And then the idea that, if it's not that the paperwork's messed up irretrievably or irrevocably, it may be saying this is the issue, though, is of somehow reestablishing that paperwork or accounting for it somehow.
That's really
If that's
unfortunate.
possible.
It's really unfortunate, and I'm not sure if this can be turned around or not. I mean, the two
almost
cards surrounding that card in the center are pretty good. Let's see what he's got with the Lenormand. Uh-oh.
Clouds. Tower. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're dealing with any kind of institutional thing, there's some confusion and uncertainty here.
The lighter side is the side facing the
Is it?
tower.
Okay.
So it could indicate that there will be things you can find out, but it won't necessarily be easy.
Well, I think that working with others could help you gain some clarity you might be lacking here, or discussing with others, trying to get the advice of others may help you here. But yeah, you might be dealing with I don't know, I hate to say it, like a brick wall here. It's hard for me to say. So
The idea of the temperance is one of the best points to bring out, though, is that you have to try to maintain the even keel as best you can.
right.
I don't know that you can, angrily hire a lawyer to countersue them or something like that. I don't
Well,
know.
handle this as professionally as you can, and
Yeah.
as and like the adult in the room. I mean, don't get, there's no reason to get angry. There's no reason to get, to make too many waves. Fight this appropriately, I
Interesting.
guess is what I'm saying here. Is fight this in an appropriate manner, and see if others can't offer you some assistance along the way. I think that's really the best thing you can do right now is, maybe you can appeal to the person, if a claim was put in and somebody messed the paperwork up for you, then maybe if you can appeal to the people, that were receiving this and rejected the claim, then I think you might be able to turn it around. But I do feel it's weighing against you a little bit here without some outside assistance.
Right. You're going to need, somebody more professional to help you with that.
You did.
I loved when I saw that, you know.
Synchronicity. Which Lenormand deck is that? That is the romantic Lenormand. Do you have the box, Mr. O?
I do. Here it is. I'll show you that. It's very pretty. It's kind of an Art Nouveau Deco kind of thing. Romantic Lenormand. Very pretty. I love the
So good luck with that,
pastel
CJ.
colors. Good luck. Let us know. Did you really? Cool. I hope you're liking the readings from that.
Cool.
I haven't used that lately on the show. I need to pull it out. It's somewhere in the back.
And did I get Jackie's question? I did not. Why didn't I? I'm so bad.
Uh-oh. How did we do that, Jackie? Are you still with us? What is it? 2 in the morning? No, it's probably about midnight, right?
Jackie's here. But now I gotta go way back up. Let's see if I can find it. It's okay, I'll find it.
Oracle card.
Ah, okay.
Just what shows up.
Okie dokie.
Thank you.
Well, I think I'm going to use the Moonology one again. I like that one. Since it's right on top. I could do the Kitten Oracle, but I feel like I'll do this one.
Now, if I think I finally figured it out or realized it, it's 5 hours difference. So if it's 8:45 here, it's 1:45 there. Ooh. That's a little late for me, I think.
All right, Jackie.
Appreciate you staying up for us, though.
This deck is a little cardboardy. It's stiff, but it shuffles well.
Ah!
Wow. Well, I've been staying up lately, some days. I went to bed early for me, 12:30. I've been staying up late watching the Olympics, catching up with some things I've missed during the day. I have cat hair all over this shirt.
Thank you, Sonny.
He was laying on me on it. He needs a brushing. All right. Uh-oh. Ready for some llama drama? It's Moon Madness. Moon Madness. Avoid drama. That's good advice. I'm all for it. Avoid drama. All right, why can't I find you? There it is. You know, it's so true, not just even in this day and age, but it's too easy for us to get wrapped up in dramas, especially right now, even to feel a little like it's all too much. What you're dealing with is noise. Don't fall for it, and don't believe everything people tell you. It's time for you to take a step back from everything that is swirling around you. Being overly involved is an easy trap. The more you wade in and get entangled now, the more unnecessarily intense the whole situation is going to become. Consider the possibility that you're not quite thinking straight at the moment. Maybe you need to quell your emotions so they don't lead you astray. Taking a back seat will help. Gentle breathing exercises will help you get back into alignment. All the better to deal with the question you're asking the cards about. Exhale and let events unfold in their own time. It could be that everyone in the situation is feeling too much pressure. Detach from drama, which can end up hampering everything. Breathe out, your energy field will thank you. So additional meanings for the card are, there is too much drama in the air to think straight. Someone is being overly provocative, and then it just says, could it be you? Don't stress, it won't change anything. Backing down or off is sometimes your best play. You need to trust that the situation will be fine. So, yeah, when we get caught up, oh, go ahead with the Lenormand. Yeah, the birds.
Oh, it's the birds. Okay, owls. And the bouquet.
Okay, so I like that because I think I know how to make it fit with that card. So, drama. It could be in communications with others, it could be coming from some communication with others. Don't let it steal your joy, right? And especially if they're trying to involve you in something that really you shouldn't even be involved in. So, it may concern you, and if it does, well, do what you have to do to set things right and say I'm done with this. This is my answer, this is my direction, this is my move, and we're done. No more drama. But the bottom line is, if it's somebody else trying to pull you into something, don't let it steal your joy. Just say no. No thanks, I'm unavailable right now. You can handle it.
Some people think that their gossip or their, asides to you is sort of like a gift. It's like you should appreciate, this kind of stuff they do. And you're better off avoiding that drama, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we all like drama in our lives in certain ways, but this sounds like that toxic sort
Gossip.
of drama we don't
Gossip.
want a part of. Getting involved in somebody's fight, trying to, somebody trying to get you to pick sides, somebody who's trying to foist their beliefs on you. It's like, hey, back off, back off. And just don't play their game. Don't be a part of it. And you'll feel so much better. You'll feel so much joy. And so, how you communicate with others and how you handle this situation will be important here, because you'll either dig yourself in deeper, like the card said, or you'll free yourself. And my advice is freedom. All right, that's what we have for you, Jackie. I hope it was worth staying up for.
You
Good luck
can
with that.
you can sleep on it.
You can sleep on it. Did you lose your mouse again
You're
temporarily?
welcome. No, it's sort of is behaving, sort of. Thank you for staying up.
Yeah, thank you for that. Appreciate that. And it is Ari. Ari is here, and I have her question.
Oh, you do?
I know
Okay.
she gave some background stuff, and I really didn't have time to take a look at, but I do have the question. So there's this guy Daniel, a Pisces, who's dating profiles she has seen. He's freshly out of a relationship. I've literally she's gotten reads from us saying that this guy isn't for me. So, but she thinks he might be. Or why is she getting these signs that he's now available, and stuff? So, I think that's an interesting
The universe wants
question.
to punish you.
Hey.
No, okay.
So why don't you get your cards, Mr. O? That one's on you. Interesting question. Hey, have a good sleep, Jackie.
Good night.
Good night to you.
So basically, why do you get all these signs when other things seem to say no way? That's a fair question. Is that your question you're reading? No. It's
No.
just going to be 3 cards. Yeah.
No.
All right.
Let's look at the 3 cards and see why Daniel may not be right or may be right. Maybe the cards have changed their tune. We'll see.
Good night.
Keeping an open mind on
Sleep
this,
tight.
Lori.
And I'm using the Scorpio Sea Tarot. I love this tarot too. Like I love all of my tarots. So the first one is the Queen of Cups. It's
Okay,
upright.
like that.
The next one is the reverse Two of Swords. And then finally, it's the upright Three of Swords.
What?
We told you.
Oh, man. Well, but could that be about the breakup he just had?
Maybe.
I have a thought. I have a thought. But
Okay.
let me get the Lenormand in this right now.
Jackie, you're making me cry or sleep. Yawn.
Yawn.
Child.
Hmm.
Tower. Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Well,
Well, okay, so
the
what is
basic question is, why do you feel you're getting signs about Daniel when everything else doesn't seem to look that good? And I would say that the why is because you're the Queen of Cups, because you believe in love for love's sake. You believe that things work out in emotional ways. So I think it's more about you in a way that you want to believe that you can have this love that you really feel is the one that feels right to you.
well, you feel he may be right for you. You're thinking that you want to check him out. And regardless of what our cards say, it's okay to check somebody out
Sure.
despite our cards. So I would just say to you, if you feel like maybe there's something there, go for it. But there is some caveats in this reading, so we'll talk about that. I think here with the Queen of, I like what he did with the Queen of Cups because I do think that's about you. If you're ready to open your heart to someone, you are ready. And so you are looking at this person as possible. I feel here with the
Two
Two
of
of Swords
reverse.
reversed, you want to make a move. You want to make a move. And I think that it's okay for you to do so and check it out. I think it's perfectly fine. You are an adult. You make your own decisions. You're an Aries. And so if you feel this way, do it. Why not? But guard your heart, because, be sure and be careful here because this person just had a breakup. Do you know why? Can you believe one person's story since you're only hearing? Or see, maybe going to find out one side of the story here. Why did he break up? It could be because he was nasty to someone. Did he break it off? Did she break it off? I'm just saying here. So there could be more to the story that you don't know. And second, so it could be a heartbreaking situation for you ultimately if you pursue this. But on the other hand, I could also see that this guy is hurt, is just undergone this breakup. He may need some time to get his poop together. Why is he out there looking already again so quickly if he just broke up? So it could be a rebound situation. So, when you're finding somebody who is on the rebound, you have to realize that they may gravitate to somebody right away, you or someone else, but it may not last because they just needed somebody to get them through this breakup time. So keep all of this in mind if you explore this.
Right.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's such a good question, because
Yeah.
you show us that you are an intuitive person. We get that about you. You understand cards, and I think you do have intuition. So maybe you see it differently than we do. That Two of Swords says you are inclined to want to make a decision or to move on a
Make
decision.
contact.
And the Three of Swords, I think it is vague. I think it could speak about you, but I think it could also speak about that person. Maybe they are just going to be in recovery and not available to you. It's not really clear from that. But the Lenormand looks interesting to me because I'm almost wondering, did Daniel have a baby scare with his relationship? Did he think
Huh.
that maybe he was going to become a family and maybe that's what kind of took him out of that? Not that he's left somebody with a child. I don't feel that. But I mean, maybe something like that happened is just an intuition I'm getting. It doesn't pertain to the reading, perhaps.
I just feel that if you do make contact, what you need to do is take things very slow and really, really get to know this person well. That's what I think here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at the tower here and I'm thinking of Daniel. He might be a little bit closed off, whether he's, about things in his life to you initially if you do make contact. It might be hard to break down his walls because maybe if he was hurt, if he was the one who was hurt in this relationship, he may be more cautious now. Or if he hurt somebody in the relationship, then he has other reasons to hide, those parts of himself. So be aware that, he might be a hard nut to crack, so to speak. And so you should take your time and make sure you get to know this person well. And that will come through casual dating or coffee or whatever the case may be, more conversation. Obviously, if you're doing this on social media, you'll want to connect more and converse more and see if this is going to work out.
I like that, Banshee. I think that's really true. I think that the situation with Daniel will probably be he's mostly going to want to take it slow, isolation wise. And the best thing you can do in trying to get to know him better is just show him that, you're going to wait for him, to unchill. You're going to be a loyal friend. You're going to reach out to him once in a while if that works.
So when did you post the list is closed?
When we started her, I think, or
Okay.
when we ended Jackie,
That's
because I looked
fine.
at 9 o'clock. Like, why
Yeah,
would we
I
take
didn't
more?
put it in the thing. That's why I was just wondering.
I just
was like,
realized we
oh.
were so close to 9
I was
that there
about to
was.
do it, and then I realized you put it up already. So that's
I
fine.
got your back.
You got my back.
Good luck, Ari.
Good luck with that, Ari. And we are on Rowan wanted general guidance.
General guidance.
So it's my deck. Let's see. I'll use this one.
Hi.
Hey there. Whoop, there goes my blood pressure reminder on the screen. And yours is no longer there. I did it. I erased it. Wow. Happy Hearts Day. We're going to have a special video presentation come out sometime on Valentine's Day that we hope you will all enjoy. And of course, we'll still be doing our happy hour show. Okay, general guidance. So we have the Six of Coins reversed. It's okay. The Seven of Cups is reversed as well, but that's okay. And the Prince of Cups is here, which would be the Knight of Cups.
All right. The Mountain from Lenormand and the Moon.
Okay, yeah, this tells an interesting story.
I think it may.
I think it does. What I'm seeing here, and there's my wand. What I'm seeing here is, okay, with the Six of Coins, the Six of Coins reversed, indicates that there may be some things just not balancing out right now for you or coming soon. And I got to remind everybody, and I haven't even mentioned it once today, but Mercury will be going retrograde by the end of this month, possibly next week. I'll have to check that for my material matter
I think
show.
it just entered the shadow.
I think it just entered the shadow, though, so it's probably the
2
last
weeks.
week of the month. But at any rate, there's things that just aren't balancing out right now. Whether it's work-life balance, whether it's financial instability going on, Whether it's your relations with others right now, where somebody may be dominating over you or making decisions, that, over you, and you're having problems with that. It's something like that, just something out of balance.
Somebody maybe wants you to possibly share for them too. Maybe it's money or situations. I get the feeling there's something more physical. It's not necessarily abstract, but I get the feeling like maybe you're concerned about whether you're able to share with people what is shared with you sometimes, or if you're in a position to share something that maybe you realize somebody needs. So maybe something you're thinking about, like ways you can try to share.
Well, the thing is, with the middle card, the Seven of Cups
Cups.
reversed, indicates to me that, you need to you need to survey your options here and finally make a decision. Actually, maybe you've been mulling, I don't think you have, but I think you just need to survey your options and make a quick decision on how to get things back in balance once more. So, this could, since this is a physical card, I could also they say this could be something even with your body right now, your physical health. If something is out of balance, hey, take more vitamin D, take more vitamin
That's a
C,
really good point.
do something, for to try to get more balance in your life. I think here, this card is indicating, though, that you will figure out what you need to do to get things right. I really believe that, because then that's leading to that last card. So,
So with that Seven of Cups, yes, it's absolutely true. It just feels like maybe you've been on this little bit of a mission to try to figure out either how to create better health for yourself, balance things, or if it's maybe about, what it is you need to share with somebody physically, or that you feel somebody should share with you. You're about there at that idea of realizing that, or being able to say that, or verbalize it, or to actually do it for yourself. You want to take charge of this in some way.
and everything else is just falling into place here, from the last card to the Lenormand, because I feel here, where things are, you know, where things are will wind up for you is that you will be in a much better place. You'll feel better. You'll feel better. You'll get things back in balance once more. And why am I saying that here? Because I'm looking right at the moon and the mountains. And I feel here you will be successful in overcoming whatever is out of balance here, the challenges.
So I wonder if you were more right. I think it may be more about some, physical or possible health
It could
issues.
be financial.
It could be
work
some other
life.
things too, but I feel like you're moving towards those solutions. That's the Knight or Prince of Cups. And these things, are filled with, good ideas, gentle ideas, loving ideas for you to affect that change. So whether that's taking somebody's advice that you really respect, I think it could be something like that. But really, it's taking advice, it's listening to people, and it's articulating the need to want to get better too. Because sometimes you have to really, really want that. That's what I got.
Yeah, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. I like it.
All right.
And we're on Love Lou. And I don't have a question. She may
There
have
was a
left-
question. I'll get it.
Okay. I figured they left one, but I couldn't get it.
Under what circumstances and at what divine timing will I meet my future husband?
Under what circumstances and timing? Okay, your deck.
Okay. And I will once again use the Mermaid's Tarot.
Wait a minute, Sonny. I think my idea could work. It just depends how wide it is. If it's too wide, it won't fit
Oh,
between
that
us.
table thing, yes.
Because we don't want to be out of the camera range.
So just 3 cards, you think?
Yeah. You're welcome, Ruin. Take care.
All right. And our first one is upright justice and upright fool and upright six of pentacles. The
This is
sharing
such a
card.
funny thing. I got to get the Lenormand on this, but that is really interesting. I guess so upright justice. Um, it's interesting. It's almost as if I could combine justice and the fool together to say karma's playing a real role in this, Love Lou. I think that, the fool also indicates something happening spontaneously. Something happens to maybe when you take a risk or chance on someone who you weren't sure about. But I really almost feel like it's going to happen in a chance meeting of some sort. And then that's the point. Then you have to decide, do I take the risk? Do I go out with this person? Do I have coffee? Do I discuss things with this person more?
Well, the idea of justice there does sort of feel like there's something divine, like you yourself say,
Yeah.
a timing kind of thing there. It seems to happen when it needs to, which doesn't really tell us a whole lot. We could say, oh, it's card 11, so that's 11 weeks, that's 11 months, that's, whatever it is, a year and 1 month. Um, but it could also possibly pertain to the circumstance. It could be saying that maybe within the course of dealing with other kinds of legal or appropriate matters, that's how you come across this person, that maybe you're both in a similar place of business and somehow you begin to notice each other. Um, and that business could be something like a legal office of some sort, or a place where somebody goes for maybe certain kinds of advice, a information center of some sort.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not getting a place out of that, but I
I'm
can't
only
rule
vaguely feeling that.
I can't rule that out.
Okay.
Let's see what we've got here. In a minute.
Well, I need to plug in because I'm almost out of power.
Oh, that would be
So
bad.
sorry. House.
This is so not helpful.
When is a house a tower? Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Well, I would say this, that you're not going to find it alone at home. That's for sure. This is the tower card, which sometimes indicates isolation, and then the home card. And so I almost feel like it's saying here, you know, you have to get out more in order to make perhaps contact with something out of the blue. I really don't think it's going to come to your home, necessarily. How would you read that?
The tower and the home?
Yeah, I mean, in relation to the question.
Well, to me, the tower adds a little bit of weight to the idea that maybe you meet them in an office of some sort where
Okay, I
business
like that.
is conducted, because I saw that about justice. So I'm almost wondering if maybe you are doing something else and that's how you meet them. And sort of that's that luck element. Like you're buying a permit or buying a license, or you're doing something where
Or
paperwork.
you're at work. Maybe it's somebody at a job.
Okay, yeah.
It could
Okay.
be. And it will feel comfortable in a way. So maybe this whole idea of the full risk isn't a scary risk.
No.
It's more of an exciting, adventure kind of thing. Because the fool can be about adventure too. So yeah, so I sort of feel like there's a karmic, synchronistic thing that happens that opens up a new adventure for you with love. And what's that last card?
It's the Six of Pentacles, and I think that's the timing thing here, is that things start sharing between you, and it's a circumstance and timing, and that this moves you towards, deciding to seek more.
It's so weird because Justice and the Six of Pentacles have a little bit in common with each other in that they're about balancing things out. balancing things out. So I'm not sure how that applies, but it is interesting that that came up. I don't know. Did I pass over that card? I guess I did.
We both did till now.
Yeah. I think the Six of Pentacles is speaking about just this idea here that this person will be very fair minded. This person will be somebody who will treat you like an equal. And maybe it's because you found them at your workplace or, you know,
A place of business.
yeah, place of business or something. And it just feels like everything feels comfortable or in balance, or that they seem like a very stable individual. So
That would be nice.
it's what I'm getting from these cards. I wish I could give you more, but I do think that there's something good that will come, but it's really, again, divine timing, and we can't necessarily put a finger on it in this reading.
Yeah,
So
I'm not
sorry
really
about
sure.
that.
I don't think this is years in the future, though.
Yeah. But you have to find it. You have to go out there and find it.
Good luck.
And it won't be at home. Good luck with that.
All right.
All right, that's what we have for everybody. We're going to cut out of here, but just want to remind everybody, don't forget about Mr. O's show tomorrow, his emotional exchanges.
You
I
get
guess
to
star.
see Banshee. And the readings are really good, so I hope you like them. I'm not sure how the premiere thing works when we have, well, it's not a premiere, but when we have the timestamps, like if you have to wait till it's all the way through, or if you can go in a few minutes later and hit the timestamp you want, you have to play around with that.
Yeah, so good luck with that. And join us on Happy Hour and get a positive message from us on Valentine's Day.
All right.
We hope to see you there. Take care, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day and enjoy the rest of your day, evening. We will see you next time.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for the donations, too.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Whoops.